from A Style of Living. Welcome back to my channel. I cannot believe that January is nearly over. This month has gone by so quickly. It is unreal. Like a lot of people, I lost a little bit of January to that sort of horrible cold and flu that's been going around, but I was really lucky. I did not get it as bad, nearly as bad as most people seem to have, and I haven't had no reoccurrences, or I haven't got like another strain of it either. And I think that's largely down to the tonic that I've been taking since before Christmas, and James didn't even get sick at all, which has been amazing. But most of our friends and family have been very sick and sort of sick repeatedly as well. So that's kind of inspired me to create today's video about the most important areas to clean in your home after sickness. I find these really help us in stopping like the spread of sickness between, like, say, James and I, and also reoccurrences as well. So I'm one of these people that when I'm sick, I'm sort of like in bed or trying to be in bed or trying to work. But I kind of know when I'm beginning to feel a little bit better because I kind of get like the itch to clean and sort of like tidy up after the sickness. I think it's like a psychological thing of like scrubbing the sickness out of me and out of the house. So one of the first things that I will do is I will put on a pair of disposable rubber gloves, and I will start to pick up like, you know, like the tissues and the newspapers and the magazines and all those kind of like disposable paper recyclable goods that we would have been using while we were sick. And I will obviously bin those all up. I'll also empty the bins themselves, put them outside, you know, sort of for collection. And I'll also clean down like any bins with lids or areas that we would have been touching as well. I will disinfect those. The next thing I'll do is I will strip the beds, and I'll also include in those kind of washes things like throws and dressing gowns and night clothes that we would have been wearing while we're sick. And I will use like a laundry cleanser or a laundry disinfectant in that wash as well to really like kill the germs and get the last of those bugs that might have been hanging around. I'll do the same with like towels and tea towels and dishcloths and kind of like other kind of like soft, you know, sort of like fabric-y kind of things that we would have been using while we were sick as well. And then what I like to do is like throw open the doors and windows, really air out the house. And if I feel we've been really sick or it's been really sort of like airborne or something, I will use like a sort of like a disinfectant air freshener. Dettol do kind of one, I think it's called like neutral air or something like that. And it doesn't smell like a disinfectant. It smells like kind of sort of like a nice sort of linen fresh kind of air freshener. So I'll do that around the house as well in case there's anything like, you know, in the air, so to speak. Then I will sort of spray all our soft furnishings, so our couches, our pillows, the pet beds. We also have fabric headboards as well. So I'll spray those with a sort of like a soft furnishing disinfectant spray as well, to get those kind of things out of the way. And then I have this long list of areas and things that we use all of the time that I will either like disinfect with a spray or the disinfectant wipe. So there are things like our phones, our mobiles and the landline. Yes, we still have one of those. Our iPad, the remote controls, light switches, door jambs and the door handles, heating controls, the thermometer, the fridge, because when we're sick, I don't know if you notice this, but we spend a huge amount of time like lying against or upon the, like not upon the fridge, but you know, against the door of the fridge, either trying to cool down in the fridge or looking for something to eat. Yeah, we just seem to always be there. So I'll make sure that that's really kind of clean and disinfectant as well. The same with like toilet handles and cooker handles. What else have we got here? Oh, the front door. Yes, both inside and outside, because like that's a high traffic area. I'll also do like our post box. We have a wall mounted post box at the front of our house. And I'll do the keys, like the front door keys, the car keys, the post box keys. I'll also do the car door handles and the steering wheel as well. And of course, like things like the faucets and the sinks and that. And also like our nightside tables, because like, you know, we'll be constantly touching those when we're ill in bed and stuff. And then another really important area to do is like unfinished but reusable medicines. So like cough bottles or vapor rubs or those kind of like packets of Strepsils, you know, those things that you would have been using while you're sick, but you're probably not going to throw away because there's still some left and it's still in date. So they're kind of like really important areas, like high traffic areas that you'll want to sort of like clean and disinfect. I also do like the pet beds and bowls and their kind of areas as well. Not that I necessarily think that they're going to have like the flu or cold or virus germs, but even when you're coming out of the flu, you know, sort of like any kind of germs can, you know, not be good for you. So I always do those as well because they're big areas for germs and that sort of thing. And now I don't have children, but obviously if you do, cleaning their toys, their play area and everything would be really important. In the sort of like miraculous event that you've gotten sick and your partner's gotten sick, but your kids haven't necessarily gotten sick, they could be sort of like carriers of this sickness, and so like spreading the germs all around their toys and stuff, but they're not actually getting infected themselves, but it might reinfect you when of course you go to tidy that up. So it's best to clean those up and tidy those up too. And then also I will give like the hoovers. I will give the floors a good hoovering and a good wash with a sort of like a sort of disinfectant or bleach depending on what floor it is. And that's sort of like pretty much the sort of main areas and the specific areas that I do. It's kind of like a normal cleaning in a way, but it's just more sort of intense and really focused on the disinfecting of those high traffic and high used areas and things as well. And most of the products that I use, they're all like very common products. They are like just part of my normal cleaning routine. There's nothing very strange or unusual in there, commonly got. But if you are interested in the specific kind of laundry cleanser or disinfectant sprays or different disinfectant wipes that I use, hop on over to my coordinating blog post. You will find a link to that in the description box below. There I'm going to share what I use, roughly what I pay for them, and kind of where I get them. But as I say, it's all fairly generally sought and sort of available things, nothing kind of strange in there. I do hope that you found this video useful. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. If you've got like a tip or a trick or something you do that's a little bit different or that I haven't mentioned that really helps, please do let me know what it is in the comments below. I would love to know, as I'm sure would everybody else who's trying to battle these sort of germs and get their house back in order. If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I can't wait to see you until next time. Thanks, bye.